We're live. It is EuroAsia Scrum. It's Sam and Alex. Yeah, so you've been in the Scrum before, haven't you, Alex? Yeah, we just do a sort of quick stand-up to say what's going on with us.
Yes.
For me, I prepped the Week 0 material for the MOOC last night, as well as the Week 0 support material for the AV102 TAs, all the TAs for the main MOOC. And yeah, got a fair bit done. I mean, there's still some stuff outstanding I'm going to have to fit in somewhere. But at least I think I've got it all triaged into the Pivotal Tracker. Yeah, so things basically under control on that front. Local support, Partisan, still not sure if we're having a client meeting tomorrow. What is it, Wednesday? Yeah, I didn't meet up with the charity person I wanted to meet up with yesterday, which is annoying, but there we go. Yeah, trying to work out what's going to happen for the next round of Makers Academy student projects, whether we're going to have a charity component to that or not. But yes, the MOOC is sort of blotting out the sun. How are things going with you, Alex?
Everything's fine. I've analyzed a bit of the code and I deployed it in a Heroku app. And then I deployed it on Amazon on a T2 small with an RDS Postgres instance. And it's seemingly way, way faster. Well, I know one of the downsides of Heroku is that you cannot control performance.
Quite as directly, sure.
Unless you pay for it. So what I'm suggesting is if you allow me, I'll roll the deploy with OpsWorks probably, or just a plain deploy in Amazon. And we just attach some monitoring tools to it for performance. And yeah, I fancy monitoring tools.
Yeah, well, that sounds wonderful. I mean, I think Heroku, you're absolutely right. I mean, their business model is based around paying for more performance. Although I think there are things that one can change. For example, more on the programming side. Well, not so much on the programming, but for example, we have in the past we've switched out and we've used, we've moved from Puma to Unicorn, or there's sort of minor things that we can do. I mean, I think that's a wonderful experiment, and I'd like to. I think everybody will be very interested in more of that. I guess what would make me nervous at this point would be just sort of like dropping Heroku and switching to Amazon Web Services. Where I think what's happened over the last couple of years is we've got a few people such as Sam Pretty and myself and Thomas who have we're reasonably familiar with the Heroku flow. I myself have some experience with the Amazon Web Services because I run the AutoGraders for the MOOC through that. But yeah, so I think that's very. If you're able to get better performance from Amazon potentially for less value, then that's extremely interesting for us.
So there is one disturbing thing every time I join something. And this is not only for me. We as sysadmins, DevOps, we're pretty much useless when everything works. So what we can help is to increase performance and have a good deploy with some triggers, and we can set up a staging on the same.
Absolutely.
With webhooks, so whenever, we can do this even for the students whenever they push deploy something like Heroku to have a project built.
Right.
In this particular case, we can just run it and make a small infrastructure in for Agile for website one. That way, we can increase increase performance for the next 6 months and have the MOOC run smoothly.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I guess however, with Amazon don't have a free tier, or they have this 1 year free, or
yes, they have a free tier.
Okay. I thought that the free tier was all. I might be wrong because this was a couple of years ago, but I thought that the free tier was limited to 1 year of free support for new users.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It's limited to 1 single year, and the instance is micro, which is pretty useless to us. But they offer storage space, traffic, database, and stuff like that, which you can use. So the cost would be smallish.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I would definitely like to explore this option. I wonder, would the way forward be, like you say, you've already done a deploy, is maybe to share that deploy with us, and we can do some tests on it. You could maybe do like a sort of a written description of, okay, this is the pros and cons of the two things, and we can sort of discuss that with the Website One team. And
that would be awesome.
Yeah, does that sound like a good plan? Yeah.
Yes, that way, even if somebody else looks at it, they will see what they're facing when they're trying to deploy their app, which is cloud versus Heroku's versus whatever
Yeah.
dedicated they have.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, which I think is a very, I think part of the reason everybody's involved in this is to, we all want to share our experience across, all of these areas and learn more about all these things. Awesome. So is there anything that I can do to help you? Is there anything blocking you, preventing you from making progress?
Not for the time being. I have the code. I have the Heroku with Postgres is already deployed. I'll keep that. I'll just rename the SysAgile because, of course, the name was already taken. And with my account, I'll share that on Slack. And I'm going to roll another load balancer on Amazon to avoid sharing my custom domain name. And if you could give me an Agile Ventures subdomain name, that would be awesome.
Sure. Yes, I can certainly do that, and maybe I can even do that now because I love just getting things done. Yeah, let me see if I let me see if I can sort that out. I mean, we've also, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. There's other things, probably won't talk about now, but there's other things that we can talk about because, as I say, I do use Amazon's, and there's like I mean, Agile Ventures is kind of, at the end of the day, if Agile Ventures sort of collapses under the weight from the MOOC, then that's, our problem. It's Agile Ventures' problem. I mean, the MOOC still continues. It's edX. They have their own servers. It's all this, that, and the other. Almost more critical to Agile Ventures in the bigger scheme of things is the AutoGraders, which run and, kind of without which the MOOC is essentially just a chunk of data there. But but we've anyway. So I was just saying to Alex, yeah, I mean, it will be interesting to have conversations with you in future, and maybe pull you into things we're doing in the AutoGraders project, and then also there's like website 2. There's like which I was about to create a subdomain of Agile Ventures 4. I notice also Vineet has joined us. Vineet, how are you doing?
Oh, very well, thank you.
Yes, good show. Welcome to the stand up. So yeah, we just covered our stuff. We were chatting about different bits and pieces. Anything to report? How are things going with you?
I think they're going fine, except I'm having trouble getting the projects running on my machine, which is old. I'm running on OS X Lion, so I've not been able to get any of the projects to run on mine. I'm getting stuck with the Ruby Racer.
Yeah, and so this is now. Which projects are you trying to start up with? You're trying to start up LocalSupport and Website 1, or which projects?
Yes, those two, Website 1 and LocalSupport. And I have extensively sort of experimented with trying to get Website 1 to work as of now.
Yeah, and right. Okay. Well, so, what I would say was, particularly if you're on an older version of Lion or what have you, is you might want to try Cloud9 as an alternative. I think you might find that easier to get set up with. There are other alternatives. Also, Alex, who's here in the stand-up now, he's managed to get Website 1 running on a Amazon EC2 instance. So if you, I mean, I'm going to have to go off in a minute, but Vineet and Alex, if you want to chat about, like getting Website 1 set up, this, that, and other, that's be my guest. Don't feel that just because I leave that you need to stop talking. So maybe you guys can have a chat there. Just now for Alex has given me you want a subdomain. What should we call it, Alex?
Take your pick.
So this is going to be, well, I guess I will just call it AWS at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an AWS test. Let me so what I'm doing in the background here is just, and I think I can probably if I share my screen with you, just to so that I think particularly for Vineet, I mean, this is sometimes I'm always worried about security. I mean, in some ways I kind of though, more important than security to me is openness for learning. I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody hacks us up, they hack us up, but I don't want to have, that will be another learning experience for us. But for this I'm editing the zone name file. So, I mean, and you'll know this better than me, Alex. This is the right kind of thing that I need here in the zone name file?
That's the CNAME record.
Yeah, so what we're going to be doing here, Vineet, is I'm using in my service provider. I'm editing the Agile Ventures host name, and I'm going to try and add what will be, once it becomes available, a subdomain, aws.agileventures.org, and that's going to be, instead of using Heroku, it's going to be using AWS as a backend for Website 1. So I'm going to submit that, and of course that often got wrong in the past. Yes, I do. Oh, and I was going to put in a showcase, well, I don't have a name for it, but this is for website 2 as well. Anyway, so potentially, hopefully, Alex, that will give you what you need. Although, look, it feels like it hasn't. It says version 10. I'm not seeing AWS in there. Oh no, it's just reordered.
It's on top. It's on top because it's going alphabetically.
Sorted. Sure. Great. Okay. So there we go. Now, apologies, Vineet, if that was all a bit confusing. I've got to move on. I think we've got the things. I've managed to unblock Alex there. He's got this AWS thing. Vineet, obviously you're stuck on doing these deploys. As I say, Cloud9. Have you looked at Cloud9 at all, Vineet?
I have. In fact, I have even signed up. But what I feel my machine is now giving me problems, and I have in fact ordered a new machine. So it'll take a couple of days before I'm able to get.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you're getting a new machine with Lion on it, then that's great. I think you may find. Anyway, in the meantime, if you've got spare time and you want to be coding, like I'm sort of sharing my screen here, I have been very pleasantly surprised with how relatively easy, and it's all relative, how relatively easy it is to get set up on Cloud9 and get started with these things. And there's a number of developers now who've done it that way. So anyway, definitely do consider that. And do hang out if you're both free and chat to Alex about what he's doing with exploring with Heroku and AWS. Alex is a sysadmin who's looking to learn a bit more about programming and so on. So do feel free to have a chat. Anyway, cool. Great catching up with you guys. I'm going to leave you to it and maybe see you at a future stand-up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Bye for now. I'm going to turn off the broadcast.